Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Hogwarts Legacy. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. So today we're learning about the Deathly Hallows, but before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So previously, we had learned that we can see traces of ancient magic. We came across a portrait of Percival, Rackham, and he started us on the path of doing these trials to gauge our worthiness. And the trials have been accelerated because of what has been going on with the goblin Ranrock. So what should have been probably over the course of years has been condensed into, at least at this point, several months. So now we're on to what will be the third trial of all the keepers. There were originally 5 keepers. There are 4 large portraits here in the map room for what I believe to be the original 4. So now we're moving on to the third trial. So the first 2 trials were in portals.
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
This one is in the headmaster's office, so that makes it a little bit interesting. So Professor Fig's been with us in the map room ever since we've learned about it and gained access to it. And he's talked to the portraits of the keepers both when we are there and sometimes when we're not there, discussing whatever, I don't know. The urgency of what's going on, or how capable that we are, etc. So I think that we're probably one of the most powerful wizards, or you start off wherever, but you become one of, if not the most powerful wizard in wizarding history, considering your ability to manipulate ancient magic, as well as learning all these other forms of magic. So now, we need to get into the headmaster's office, which we need the password in order to get to it, and only Professor Black and the house elf of Professor Black's knows the password. And the way that he is, Professor Black wouldn't give it out to anyone else. He'll be like, I'll meet you somewhere else. You don't come to my office. I'll come to you at a point in time of my choosing. And he's much less Sirius Black instead of one of the other of the Black family. What did he just do? Oh, okay.
How do you feel?
So Fig had, a month ago, at least, if not earlier, made polyjuice potions, since we know that it does take a month, plus it needs, a hair or some little piece of the person that you're trying to transform into. All right.
Thus far, unsuccessfully. I see.
So now we need to go see Professor Kagawa, because she's been trying to find the house elf. So if she doesn't know where the house elf is, she might be able to point us in the right direction. All right. It's strange to hear gratitude from Professor Black. Boy, just think of all the things that you could do or say as the headmaster. Like, you can't really do anything that would rouse suspicion, but...
Professor.
Oop,
Professor, I was hoping to catch
Professor Sharp, right there.
Places to be, Professor.
Places to be, Professor Sharp.
Of course, sir. Only, you asked me about a particular
A potion?
and well,
I did. I did.
I did?
Yes.
I mean, I did.
Well, Sharp,
I
did
do.
that today.
probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils.
The cure for your
By office
boils.
when it's convenient.
Oh, man.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
Have a student deliver it.
Very well, sir, if you insist.
Wow.
I do.
That's not out of character at all.
I just hope you brewed enough.
Oh, and thanking you. Wow. What are we thinking?
Determine which student gets this rather unenviable.
Thanks and have a student do it?
Where are your
No, no, no. You say you deliver it.
You must speak with me. Consult my secretaries or
Consult my secretaries.
What could the headmaster want?
That's great. So I think there's some optional people that you can talk to. I think I probably passed one up already. We're in the winter,
proud purebloods.
and that's why you see all the
Future
Professor Black.
snow and Christmas decor. Oh, here's someone. We won't pass up everyone.
Mr. Gaunt. Where
So
did
we got
you-
Ominous here.
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student. Wasting
Wasting the hours away. Now that does sound a little bit like him.
After write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses, was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber puffs makes a fine
Grasping at straws.
paste. Yes,
Boba,
mustache paste.
Boba Tuber,
Are you feeling all right, sir? You
which
don't seem sick.
there was a side quest to pick up Boba Tuber Pus
I need a medical diagnosis.
for another student. So maybe that was in the forethought of our mind. That's just funny though.
A word,
I don't think that's a good combination.
Professor Black. Again, it is not too late to reconsider your
Man, this is where I'd be like, yes, let's start Quidditch right now.
have trials and a somewhat short
That's what I'd like to say.
It would be better than none at
Yes, start it up. Yes.
Injury, Madam Kogawa.
all. Professor,
But
more
the
than one
injury
student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch.
knocks some sense into him. Yeah.
And they're fine now. The fact that it's
Professor Kagawa went to the School of Hard Knocks.
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
a silly
Silly game.
You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I can even
Yeah, here we go. We'll do what we can.
Where is my
We'll get Quidditch next year.
Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scorp in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
Can't imagine why. Yeah, that's funny. All right. So let's head to the Great Hall.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls,
And
I simply mourn for the
let's see. The
I hope it's not about any
Polyjuice lasts for what, an hour?
brew. A word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise,
It's Bloom.
by the way.
Whatever.
Your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells.
Yeah, non-verbal spells. She's already
Disappear.
a year ahead.
And before
Mostly.
you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible,
Oof, you'll
sir.
be
I've seen them in the
invisible.
library. In fact, they help me with my heavy books.
We did help with her heavy books.
Where's my blasted house elf?
Something's
She lightened her books and they were flying around and we had to retrieve them. That was a side quest that we actually helped with. So if you don't do it, maybe she says something a little differently.
You call that a shine on those boots?
You call that a shine? And the hourglasses for the different houses.
Hello, Professor.
Oh man,
Professor Weasley.
Okay. How delightful.
To see you.
Man, you don't know Professor Black very well at all.
I wonder if I might,
I know him better than this fifth year.
Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit
Yeah,
more,
take control of the
leeway
conversation.
with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry.
Yeah, Professor Fig isn't here. What class does Professor Fig teach exactly?
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But sir, if I may, I am wary
The new
of
fifth
how
year
much
is
time
spending
the
away from the
professors
castle.
are spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf.
Yeah,
I've heard
diversity and all that.
uncertain of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What?
Yeah, that would be... What? No.
You cannot believe
There you
everything
go.
here, Professor. No.
You cannot believe everything you hear,
I mean, I shall keep an
even
eye
if it
on
is true.
you. Simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Yes,
I
you are the actual headmaster here. Black is just the
Good.
administrative arm.
Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley.
That'll be all, Weasley.
a wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
Take with one hand and give him the... Nah, that looks cool.
Professor Fig some breathing room?
The snow and the Christmas trees.
House elf. There's no doubt in
Scroop.
Scrope's
Actually, I want to see what it says here.
Attention, students. I hereby decree that the great hall is decorated in the new
That's great.
Gryffindor. I shall be taking no questions at this time, or ever.
Get a little something in there for your own house.
master.
Remind me of
All
the
right, Scroop.
password to my office.
Yeah, tell me the password.
Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even
Wow.
Master himself.
Talk about paranoid. Black told him not to tell anyone, including himself.
Dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Matching set of ears. Oh,
Of course,
yeah, I guess so.
Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Oh, the Black family motto.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is...
There we go.
indeed
Always
testing
pure.
Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows,
In French.
Yes, of course. I
Yes.
order you to pronounce it for me.
Say it for me.
but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very
Just
well.
in case.
Toujours pur.
Ha!
Not a lot of
Never speak of this conversation with me.
bilingual
Of course.
wizards, apparently.
Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Alright.
The Polyjuice potion.
Yeah, I'd love to spend more time in the Great Hall with the trees and the candles and the wreaths and the snow. But we gotta keep going. Seems like the seasons don't last very long. Oop, and we're running out of time on the Polyjuice.
It's wearing off.
Fig was right.
Okay.
If it worked.
Yeah. Who knew it would work?
Password to the gargoyle.
So now we need to go over to the gargoyle. Alright, so let's go over to gargoyle and get that password. So the closest Flue Flame, I think, is the trophy room. And you'll need unlocking spells. And if you want all the chests, of course, you're going to have a upgraded version. or the maximum upgrade for the unlocking spell. I'm still a little disappointed that they put in different levels of Alohomora. Alohomora. I always just felt like it was either you knew the unlocking charm or you didn't. There wasn't like a level to it. There's a gargoyle.
Speak the password.
There we go.
Toujours pure.
Nice. And of course, that's the only way up.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
I wonder if they all have a
Revelio.
motto. Oh, and let's not forget our field guide. Well, now that we know the password, I presume that we'll be able to get back in here. Now there is a challenge, a trophy associated with the headmaster's office, and that is getting to the highest point in Hogwarts. So in order to do that, you'll need the unlocking spell, and then you'll need to go up as high as you can, or as high as it'll let you go.
Alohomora.
So I don't have a problem with the unlocking puzzle. I missed it somewhere. It's probably one of the one of the angles. Like straight up and down or left and right is no big deal. The angles, sometimes I speed through it too fast.
Revelio.
Alright, so keep going. Keep going up. Alright, there it is. The tallest point. So this is his study,
Revelio.
I presume. So I wanted to put the accessibility option. If you have trouble finding a field, like you hear the little bell for the field guide page, but you can't quite figure out where it's coming from, you can put in the, I don't remember what it's called, adaptive listening or whatever, visual audio visualizer, I think it is. And then it comes up with this circle in the middle. You hit Revelio, and then somewhere on the circle it'll show where it's at. There we go. See, it took a couple seconds. And yes, we've done like 3. So behind us. Let's go in here and grab the loot. And then go back. Oh. So, boy, his commute to work is really short. There we go. We got a legendary item we'll have to take to the room of requirement. And some garbage blues. Alright, so it's got to be on a different level. Just, that's the only bad thing about it. You don't know if it's like higher or lower. And you hit it. You hit it, and you hope for the best.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking.
Alright, so we made it.
Now what?
Approach the pedestal
With a little bit of trouble and, you know, having to take Polyjuice Potion.
What can I expect to find
Which,
in the book?
A story.
if you've read the books, everyone's Polyjuice Potion tastes different.
tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading.
Like
Your suspicions
when
are
they turned
correct.
into
We shall speak when you are finished.
Draco's thugs.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
They're like, oh, it tastes awful. It tastes like whatever. I don't even remember what. And then they made a bunch of duplicate Harrys. And they're like, oh, Harry, you taste wonderful. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. All right, so here we go. Here's what we're supposed to be seeing. So obviously, there was some kind of spell placed on the book, and it only gets activated when the portrait of the previous headmistress
In this place,
activates it. So she has to activate it. So random headmasters wouldn't get sucked into the book accidentally and see things that they shouldn't. Alright, pay attention. Now this
cautiously use the tools you encounter.
is based on...
The first you will need is a
Okay, so there's no spells, no Revelio,
In this
no,
place, as in life, death takes many forms.
not much of anything.
Avoid each of them at all costs.
Okay, so this is based off of the Beetle the Bard. Beetle the Bard story, the one of many, but this one in particular is about the Deathly Hallows. Some artistic license, I think, was taken, because originally the story of the Deathly Hallows was that I don't remember exactly how it started, but the death had come to these three brothers and was willing to give each brother one thing. They could ask for one thing. So the first brother asked for a wand that could defeat death, which was the Elder Wand.
While I can.
One brother asked for a way to bring back the dead,
Time is just right.
the Resurrection Stone, and then the youngest brother asked for a way to hide from death, and that was the invisibility cloak. So I'm good. I'm glad that I got the human demi-guys where I could run while I'm disillusioned.
I see.
Alright, so we have to avoid Death's gaze in this whole thing. Or Death's minions, because that's obviously like Death, the main the main part of Death, and these other guys are just little, almost like Death minions. So we need to cautiously and carefully
Perhaps they won't be able to find
move,
the
and
there.
luckily they give us some pointers. Yeah. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of them behind and in front. So unless we happen to have seen the ladder,
They're gone for now.
so the little audio
Out here.
cues,
Where could Neve be?
and then all the people in that are part of the story are like,
As fast as
ah.
they can.
All right, this is my chance. Whole bunch of them too. Look at that. All right, so we made it past those guys. We got, oh, see, turn the corner, and if you're not careful, and there's two of them there, and they're both looking. Yeah, I use Revelio a lot of times to kind of see what direction people are looking. I don't always or I can't always tell on the mini-map because your arrow is quite large, and if you're close enough to someone else, then it doesn't really show. Alright.
Nothing this way.
Made it.
Danger. There must be another
Oh
way.
man. Can't go forward. Ooh, geez, right off the bat, as soon as they landed. Alright. Door's open, that's good.
Doorway looks like the closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
Oh, and then it closed. Alright, so there's healing potions apparently strewn about the level, which means that we will be in a fight eventually. Not right now. Oop. Okay, we're good. I was worried there for a second. Now that first guy, oh no, two guys looking this direction. I'm just waiting for him to put his icy claws on top of the brick and be like, "Ha, found you."
Now's my chance.
All right, I think we can sneak past. There we go. Through the rubble, through the buildings. All right, we made it. I don't see any more. I was just waiting for one of them to pop up right in front of me. Gotcha. Oh, there we go. Invisibility cloak.
Invisible.
The first Deathly Hollow. And of course, the whole reason of the story, the Beetle the Bard story, was that if you had all three Deathly Hollows, you would become the master of death.
I can get closer to them.
Because you would have the Elder Wand, which would be able to defeat death.
The way forward. Find
Resurrection Stones, so death's power
Where are you?
could hold no sway over anyone. And then the Invisibility Cloak, where you wouldn't be able to be found.
You have
Yeah,
a
so
long
after...
thus far
So the whole thing was like,
to find me,
the Elder Wand, the brother with the Elder Wand,
but this time you will be unable to hide.
because he basically boasted that he had this unbeatable wand, so everyone would challenge him
Its extraordinary power.
to a duel, and everyone that challenged him was defeated. However, he was stabbed in the back at some point, and the Elder Wand passed through hand to hand. You know, the wand chooses the wizard, so to speak. So, speaking of the wand, so an inordinately powerful wand. But it doesn't make you invincible. There's still the treachery. Oh, look at that. Blew up half the wall. So the oldest brother ended up dying, not because the wand failed him, but because he wasn't careful enough. The second brother, the Resurrection Stone, as you probably know, didn't actually bring people back, but just brought a shadow of them back. Boy, that does a lot of damage. Now I'm at, I want to say 37, and these guys are at 32, so that's a decent, yeah. That's a five level difference. That's like if I was going up against someone 5 levels ahead, it would be really, really hard. But I think that accounts for how much damage I'm, partially how much damage I'm doing. Oh, now there's mongrels, but they're death minion mongrels. And the spells come back really fast. Faster than usual, I think. I think that's in large part because it is the Elder Wand. I know that I have, well, I know that I get spells back faster with my basic cast. Oof, gotta pay attention. Even though, oh, these guys are at level. Oh no, that's 32. I thought, okay, maybe it was just the one guy that was 37. So it's a mix of different levels. So I guess you got to be careful who you're fighting. So the second brother that had the resurrection stone, he was despondent, and I don't know what exactly happened to him, but he died too, because the resurrection stone didn't actually bring people back. It just brought back a shadow of who they were. The youngest brother had, you know, the best. Ooh, Death's Troll. Yeah, that was not a good dodge. There's quite a few guys that I have to deal with. Dealing with the magic sponge is probably not my best. Magic sponge first probably is not the greatest idea. Deal with these little guys first, and oh wait, oh there's another one. Ah, you hit your own guy. Yikes. Don't ask what I was doing there. Ooh. Oh, and that only takes half. There we go. Get him. Oh, what the? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, he wasn't taking any damage there for a little bit. Oh, get some health back before whatever's gonna happen happens. Oh, there. Two trolls, and then a whole bunch of minions. Yeah, learned my lesson. Go deal with these other guys first. I didn't really need to do that, but these guys are getting on my nerves. Let's grab these orbs. There. Whoop. Yeah, stuff like that makes me wonder if the little minion guys don't just keep popping back up regardless. Whoa, that was glorious. It was like he was sliding into home and I took him out. Ooh, look out! Woo! Yeah, it just keeps like more and more minions. So I wonder if they're not just keep coming back. Ooh, took him down. I was wondering about that. I wanted to kind of keep an eye on their level. For the most part, they're 32, but it's almost like there's a few that are not. Or maybe I thought it was 37 and it's not. Ha, you've been beaten. Alright. I think we've proved our worth with the first two challenges. Now we have the last. Run! Yeah, so the whole black and white and sketchiness of the whole, you know, where everything looks like a pencil sketch makes it kind of that storybook, like you're inside of a story. Ah, mysterious. The Resurrection Stone. So the youngest brother, getting back to it, lived a long life. Death couldn't find him. And at the end, he removed the invisibility cloak, and Death and he had kind of almost like reunited as friends. So the first two brothers kind of saw Death more as a rival or an enemy. The youngest brother saw him as kind of a long lost friend, someone that maybe you don't want to see too soon, but in the end, yeah.
The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
Cannot undo. You kind of wonder if some of these wizards don't try to cheat death by doing these little things,
But there is no light without shadow.
like making a shadow of the Deathly Hallows, and
Because you can eliminate darkness does not
Obviously not.
You should.
but then you have like Nicholas Flamel, who made the
Remember that
Philosopher's Stone, or the Alchemist Stone, alchemy. They wanted to turn anything into gold, which is easily done now, just you need very expensive equipment to do it. And then immortality, which was the stone. So Flamel lived a very long life until Voldemort and Harry Potter came into the picture. Alright, so we got some ancient magic, and let's take a look at the memory, and I think that's it.
what you did for your
I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands, it
saw
can...
what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Revelio.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
PlayStation